Happy Hump Day, everyone. We have 8 new official Game of Thrones photos just released today, so we are going to break these babies down and see what clues they can offer us for the penultimate episode. Now, about 2 or 3 of these images are simply stills taken from the preview trailer, so I'm not going to waste your time with those. But if you're interested, check out my preview breakdown in the link description. So let's get into it. I want to start with the photo which I believe occurs the earliest in the episode. We see a wider shot of this in the preview, but it's of Daenerys looking forlorn as Tyrion watches on. My guess is that she is struggling with the decision of having to use her dragon to burn King's Landing to the ground, a decision which would result in the deaths of thousands of civilians. She was originally against this idea, but with the deaths of Rhaegal and Missandei, especially Missandei whose last words were Dracarys, aka Dragonfire, it seems like this is the most likely scenario, which leads us to the next photo. Tyrion in Dragonstone. My guess is this lines up with the other new shot of Grey Worm, both of whom are in the throne room. Notice here it's daytime, not night, like we saw in the preview. The candelabra behind Grey Worm here has not been lit like it is in the preview, suggesting we'll have at least 2 separate scenes with Daenerys and her advisors before the invasion of King's Landing. Now look at Tyrion here. This is not a happy look. There's almost a bit of shock in it, as if he's taking in some new information from Daenerys. As I theorized, I believe Dany will invade King's Landing with her dragon, even though the amount of potential civilian deaths will be extremely high. This is something Tyrion has been against and will likely cause friction between the two, a friction which has been building since the beginning of this season.
Cersei still sits on the throne. If you can't help me take it back, I'll find another hand who can.
Grey Worm, on the other hand, will likely fall back into the role of cold-blooded warrior. Fueled by the death of Missandei, he'll be wanting revenge, and if Daenerys chooses to use dragons, and it means a few civilians will die along the way, I'm sure he'll be okay with it. We have this shot of Jon arriving at Dragonstone with Varys accompanying him. The last we saw of him, he was riding off with Davos, but I don't see Davos in this picture. It could be that he's one of the men in the back and we just can't see him, he's staying on the ship in the background, or that this shot takes place in an entirely different part of the episode. Outside the gates of King's Landing, we have the leader of the Golden Company, Harry Strickland. He leads his band of mercenaries who are being paid by Cersei with money on loan from the Iron Bank. Now, I do think there will be a battle between the Golden Company and the armies of the North, but don't hold it against them if they somehow change allegiances, or if the Iron Bank somehow comes back into play. Remember, the Golden Company fights only for money, and the Iron Bank wants to side with the winner, so anything is within the realm of possibility for what Strickland will be up to next episode. Now, I do want to take one last moment to discuss this picture, which can also be seen in the preview, and it's Euron's shock in this scene that has fans speculating that Drogon has brought one or several of his offspring dragons. Remember, in Season 5, Drogon leaves Dany for much of the season and is glimpsed by Jorah and Tyrion flying over the ruins of the Valyrian Peninsula. Some speculate that it was this time away from Dany that Drogon laid eggs that will appear sometime in this episode. Dragons can reproduce asexually. And on the actor who plays Euron's Instagram, he leaves the following line in regards to episode 5. You might see a dragon, or 2, or none. But what are your thoughts for the remaining 2 episodes? Are we about to go down in a ball of flames, or will Game of Thrones deliver us the epic ending we've been waiting 8 seasons for? Make sure to give the video a like and subscribe, since I have more Game of Thrones videos on the way. You can also follow me on Twitter at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.